Hey everyone, welcome back. You ready for another deep dive?
Always.
All right, well today we're going to be diving into the history of film.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and all thanks to the awesome excerpts that you guys sent in from A History of Film, from silent beginnings to digital innovation.
Right.
So we're going to travel from those very first moving pictures to the CGI spectaculars that we see now.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get ahead of ourselves,
Okay.
let's rewind all the way back to the beginning.
Okay.
Like, think about it for a sec.
Yeah.
Imagine a world without movies.
Right.
Like, can you even fathom that?
It's hard.
No, I know, right?
It's hard.
But at one point, that was reality.
Absolutely.
And then, bam,
Yeah.
enter the Lumiere brothers.
Pioneers.
Exactly. And their groundbreaking screening in 1895,
Nothing nuts.
Paris, France.
Yep.
Talk about a moment that changed entertainment forever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, photography itself was still relatively new.
Right.
And then suddenly you have these moving pictures.
It's mind-blowing. So what were these early films like?
Well, they were very different from what we're used to today.
I bet.
I mean, for starters, they were really short, like just a few minutes long. And yeah, and they were also silent and black and white.
Right. I mean, no sound yet.
No.
So how did filmmakers even tell stories without sound?
Well, that's where the artistry comes in.
Okay.
They relied heavily on visual storytelling. So things like exaggerated gestures and facial expressions.
Okay.
And then they would use intertitles, which were basically cards with written dialogue.
Oh, like subtitles.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
It was really all about creating emotion and telling a story through those visuals.
Wow. I mean, that must have been a challenge.
Oh, absolutely.
But also kind of beautiful in a way.
Yeah, there's a certain poetry to silent films.
You're right, yeah.
A simplicity that
Yeah.
we kind of miss these days.
Totally. Okay, so then sound comes along,
Right.
and boom.
Everything changes.
Like the whole game changes. So paint us a picture.
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
You can suddenly hear dialogue.
Yeah.
You can hear sound effects.
Ooh.
Music.
Wow.
It completely revolutionized storytelling.
Wow.
Dialogue could be used to reveal character,
Uh-huh.
create tension,
Right.
drive the narrative forward.
Okay.
Sound effects added this whole other layer of realism
Oh, yeah.
and immersion.
Right, right.
And then music
It's everything.
became an integral part of the film.
The feeling, the emotion.
That really enhanced the emotional impact.
Absolutely. Okay, so now we can hear the movies.
Mm-hmm.
We can see the movies.
Right.
But they're still black and white.
Right.
And then comes color.
Oh, yeah.
Another massive turning point.
Here.
So the book specifically mentions the golden age of Hollywood,
Right.
which, I mean, who doesn't love those classic films?
Yeah, it was a magical time.
Yeah. So how did sound and color play into this era?
Well, they were essential ingredients.
Okay.
The arrival of sound and color really helped usher in this golden age. And this is also when we see the rise of the studio system.
The studio system.
Yeah, which gave us all those iconic stars like
Right.
Humphrey Bogart,
Of course.
Vic Davis, Cary
Man,
Grant,
yeah,
Lennon's legend. And we also see the emergence of these distinct genres
Oh.
like musicals, screwball comedies, film noir.
Love it.
Yeah, each genre with its own unique style.
Totally. So Hollywood's kind of killing it at this point.
Yeah, they were dominating the film industry.
Right. But then World War II happens.
Right.
And the book mentions a rise in international cinema.
Yeah.
So how did that shake things up?
Well, international cinema brought new perspectives to the screen.
Okay.
It challenged Hollywood's dominance and introduced audiences to different cultures and storytelling styles.
So give us some examples.
Well, like Italian neorealism,
Yeah.
which focused on realistic stories about everyday life.
Interesting.
Or Japanese cinema, which explored themes of honor and tradition. So it was a really exciting time for film.
Yeah, it sounds like a breath of fresh air.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so we've got silent films, we've got sound, we've got color, we've got international cinema.
Right.
What's next?
Well, fast forward to the late 20th century,
Okay.
and we have the digital revolution.
Oh, yeah.
This is another major turning point.
It really is. I mean, digital technology changed everything,
Mm-hmm.
from how films are made to how we watch them.
Exactly. I mean, special effects
Aye.
suddenly became so much more sophisticated.
Think about all the CGI.
It really opened up a whole new world of possibility.
I know,
Yeah.
right. And it's not just about big budget films either.
Right.
The book talks about how digital technology really helped independent filmmakers.
Definitely. It made filmmaking more accessible.
Right.
More affordable.
Yeah, you didn't need a huge studio anymore.
Exactly.
So we see this surge in independent cinema.
Right.
and a wider range of voices being heard.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are now.
Yeah.
It's 2025. We're watching movies on our phones, on our tablets. We're streaming entire catalogs of films.
I know, it's amazing.
It really is. So what do you think is next for cinema?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, virtual reality is definitely becoming more immersive.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see more of that integrated into storytelling.
Oh, for sure.
And who knows, maybe we'll see new genres emerge.
I love that.
Yeah, I think the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I think ultimately it's all about pushing boundaries, exploring new technologies, and finding innovative ways to tell captivating stories.
It really is. And you know what? It makes you think.
What's that?
What does the future hold for cinema?
Yeah.
What stories will we see on screen in the years to come?
Right.
And I think it's a question for all of us to ponder.
Definitely.
So listeners, what do you think?
Yeah. What are you excited to see?
What kind of films do you envision for the future?
And what stories are you eager to see unfold? Let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
All right. Well, that's our deep dive into the history of film.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We sure did.
Yeah.
And until next time, keep watching those movies.
Keep exploring.
And let's see where cinema takes us next.
Absolutely.
Bye, everyone.